trouble. Nobody wants to hear what you got to say.
All right, here we go. Let me find my notes. All right, so welcome to the server meeting, blah, blah, blah. Those who haven't been here before, we just go down a list of notes we've taken throughout the month, talk about some key points, talk about some things we got coming up in the future, whatever. Um, when that's all said and done with, we open up to the players to ask us questions, give us feedback, tell us how sexy we are, whatever they want to do. And then when that's done, I'm usually streaming a map preview or some such thing like that, which I will be doing. Um, I actually might stream a couple things. I'm actually in game right now. Okay, anyway, sorry, I got confused there. So, with that said, I'm gonna go ahead and start on the notes. Oh, and if you guys follow along in the stream right there, during this part, I just show the meeting channel while I'm streaming. But when I start showing maps and stuff like that, that's the link. Damn, trouble coming in with the big guns. All right. First, oh, and by the way, yeah, new people in the meeting channel, you can post memes and talk shit and do all that stuff you want to do. Once we get to the questions and answers part of the meeting, we will slow that channel down though, so that people, is it slow mode right now? 5 seconds. We'll slow it down more once we get to the Q&A section so people don't spam too much. So the first part, F7 reports, please stop using them to report things that are specific to us at Zombieland. Those go to Facepunch, not the admin team. Um, People have been F7 report. Man, I've seen F7 reports go through, like it still goes to the server logs, so I can technically see them, but they don't notify us. Like they don't go to the admin team. Like they don't ping us. It just gets logged and just like everything else gets logged with the servers. And then remember F7 reports last wipe for, or hell, all month for, so and so was being a jerk to me in chat, or so and so stole my heli. It's like, dude, Facepunch does not give half a shit about that. So please, yeah, we've been going over this even before July, and it still happens every freaking wipe, every month. Please stop using F7 reports for Zombieland specific stuff. It does not go to the admin team. It only goes to Facepunch, and it makes you look really retarded. And we usually laugh at you when you do it. So please don't. I mean, granted, if someone you think they're cheating, yes, use the F7 report, of course. But for someone was being a jerk face to me and called me a poo-poo head, I don't think Facepunch really cares about that. Moving on. And by the way, for those that are new here, the pause is because I usually read my note first to myself just to make sure I wasn't being like a smart ass or something. Sometimes I type these notes when I'm not in the best of moods because something was happening on the server. Okay. There's always a chance that Power Hour will be started early. As a matter of fact, a damn good chance that it'll be started early. So if selling things for RP is that important to you, do it the night before. I cannot even remember the last time I didn't start Power Hour at least a little bit early. Hell, sometimes it started even an hour early. It just depends. Like, no offense, and I'm not trying to be like, all woe is me, but I have a life and I have a job. Like sometimes, I have to take time off for PvP day and Power Hour, and I have to take the full day off for a wipe. Sometimes I got shit to do, and I'm just like, well, let me go ahead and start this Power Hour so I can get on with my day and do what I got to do and come back later and do the wipe. So, um, Power Hour can and most often will start early. So please, every single wipe, I see at least three people like, oh, this sucks. I was supposed to sell this and that. And it's like, I saw that one day when I started Power Hour, like, you okay, bud? When I started Power Hour like 7 minutes early and people were screaming, like, oh, I was going to sell everything about, like, well, then why didn't you start? Like nobody's doing anything anyway. Moving on. October, admins trolling. So for those of you who are new to Zombieland, new enough that you were, are you dead? What are you doing? New enough that you were not here last year at October during October. Our servers change a little bit during October. We are fully authorized to troll the shit out of our players. I'm sure you've probably heard me make speeches before that admins will never troll players, and we do not troll players. And usually at the end of that speech, I give a disclaimer and I say, well, except in October. So it is October. We usually wait till after the first meeting of October so we can at least warn you guys ahead of time, which is what we're doing right now. We will be trolling the shit out of all of you on all servers. Um, I have an admin training session that I go through. I'm defining troll right now. If you just listen, I have an admin training session that I make the admins go through before they're authorized to do any of this stuff. We just held that about an hour ago. Some of them, were here last year and they don't need it again. But anyway, basically the gist of it all. I'm not going to tell you the stuff we can do because that will ruin the surprise. But the gist of it all is they are not permitted to do anything that can interfere with your gameplay whatsoever. Um, Even if they're just wanting to scare you real quick. If you're in the middle of a raid or in the middle of a monument or something like that, they're not going to do it. PvP, zero trolling at all on PvP. When PvP day starts, all the October shenanigans go out the window because that can interfere with PvP stuff, and we don't want to do that. But otherwise, though, if you're in your base or you're running around farming nodes or you're just running the roads or whatever, and you see something weird going on, well, you're probably getting trolled by the admins. And we are absolutely going to troll the shit out of all of you. We have all kinds of cool little tricks up our sleeves. Um, just, be expecting it. If you ever have something happen, admin trolling you wise, and you don't like it and you want to be left alone, let us know. Put a ticket in. Don't be a dick about it. We're just trying to have fun. Put a ticket in. Let us know, like, hey, I appreciate, the thought, but I'm just really not into that or whatever. We have a flag in our admin system that we can flag you as do not disturb. In other words, do not mess with during Halloween. Um, Shut up, Trouble. My troll for Trouble, I'm gonna go 2,000 meters in the air and just drop him. It's gonna be my trolling. Um, but again, like I said, if you don't want to be trolled, you don't want to be messed with, just put a ticket in, let us know. We'll flag you as do not bother, and we won't bother you. We also have another flag called Good Sport. And people that we know just enjoy the shit out of this and have fun getting trolled and playing around, and we can flag them as good sport. So there's three different stages. Regular players, we kind of just a little bit mess with them, see how they take it. If they take it well, we'll mess with them some more. Um, do not disturb players, we will not fuck with at all. And if you want to be flagged as have at it. Let us know, and we'll flag you as good sport, and we'll have all kinds of fun with you. Okay, so some admin, please go flag Pizza as good sport before she like shits herself. She really wants to be trolled.
On it.
Thank you. Another thing the admins have been instructed not to do is not to mess with your belongings that could interfere with your stuff. In other words, they're not going to mess with your boxes or your loot. They're not going to reskin your items. It's funny we get blamed for that all the time, but we actually don't do that. But I instructed them not to mess with anything that could, some of our admin tools, when we mess with stuff, it can delete them or do weird things to them. So I told them to be real careful. Don't mess with people's boxes. Don't mess with their TCs. Don't mess with any of their loot, stuff like that. It's more just, spooky little things we'd like to do. So, all right, moving on. Sorry, I got distracted by that GIF. Sue me, Jesus. All right, moving on. And again, I'm reading this note first to make sure I'm not being a dick. And if any of the admins are watching the chat and you see people saying, I give you permission to troll me, then feel free to flag them. I can't do everything. I can't do that and read these at the same time. So, all right, next note is we cannot control people farming resources. And honestly, we have no desire to. Imagine the logistics of trying to tell players where they can cut trees down. Sorry, but that base over there was kind of going for the Elf in the Woods theme, so you can't farm wood here. Imagine if you were hitting nodes or trees and we came to you and demanded that you stop because somebody nearby liked their scenery. You'd quit our server instantly, and honestly, we do not have time to deal with things like that. So yeah, believe it or not, we do get tickets all the time about, hey, so and so, this guy's cutting trees down around my base. Like, okay, well, you're playing a sandbox game, and that's what people do. So we do not admin that. We do not police that. We even had a player tell us, well, that's griefing. And no, it's not. It's just playing the game. Like we're literally not gonna fly around and tell people you can't cut trees down here because this person likes the ambience of the forest. Like that's just not how this works. Yes, people make a ticket, not even for the deforestation ult. I'm talking about just regular old cutting down trees. Like it's like, come on, come on now. You're in the most toxic game on the planet. Cutting down trees is the least of your concerns. Yeah, honestly, if I was a trolley player and I saw those signs, I would probably purposely cut those trees down. I'm not a trolley player, but if I was, that's what I'd do. All right, moving on to the next note. Look at the heli icon. If it is red and you call in a personal heli, you will be losing your personal heli and not getting your RP back. Pretty much as clear as that one can get right there.
I have
So,
eaten a lot of helis in the last 2 or 3 wipes.
I'll say it
I'm
one more.
enjoying being fat and lazy.
Oh, all right then. I will read that one last time. Look at the heli icon on your HUD. If it's red and you call a personal heli, you will be losing your personal heli. So stop. For the people that don't understand it, because we don't want more than one heli on the map at the same time. So, yep, I remember the 30 airdrops. I remember deleting, man, I must have deleted probably 20 to 30 airdrops at once last PvP day. I never spammed my int kill so fast in my life. That goes for everyone. If there's a heli on the map, in other words, the icon is red, do not call a heli. If an admin sees it, we will be deleting it. And honestly, if a player records you doing it, it's real obvious. If they hit the record button with shadow play and capture the last 60 seconds of gameplay, the icon is red and the chat message says so and so just called a heli. Well, boom, guess what? You're busted. They just got you on tape, and we will be having a talk with you. So please do not do that. And it's for all servers. Don't call a heli in if there's already a heli on the map.
Also, don't jump on the person. Yes, as admins, we do notice and we do look at like, hey, 2 helis were called at the exact same time. It happened.
Yeah, we can see that.
You
So
know, but don't immediately then jump on one or the other person and be like, you called the heli second, run. Just let us
yeah.
deal with it. I'm just gonna eat the heli. I'm gonna chew on the scrap. It's gonna be tasty. It's gonna be great.
And to the team that thinks they're smarter than us and is like, well, he said two at a time, exactly the same time is okay. Yeah, we know if you're teamed. So nice try. All right, moving on to the next one. Man, it's gonna be a quick one. I'm getting through these fast. Oh, I'm gonna skip that one and move that one next. All right, so stop PMing admins for admin things. You're more than welcome to be friends with anyone on the team, but when it comes to questions, support, help, etc., do not DM admins, period. Use a support ticket. You are putting the admins in a lose-lose situation. If they ignore you, they look rude. If they answer you, then they're in trouble with me and risk losing their position as an admin. This is not a request. This is our policy, period. It is going to start being cracked down on a lot harder. You guys are putting these admins in a real bad situation because they don't want to be dicks and ignore you, but they're going to get fired and lose their position as an admin here if they respond to you in PMs. We don't deal with players in PMs or DMs, whatever the hell you want to call them. Support tickets, period. We don't use voice. We don't use DMs. We deal with it in the support ticket, period. We just actually went over this in the admin meeting, so they're all very aware on how serious I take this. I've actually stood in front of a player in game. This was last week, and talked to him in his ticket, even though I'm standing right in front of him in the game. Like that's how serious I take it. There's a reason for it. There's a very good reason for it, and that's how we do things here. So do not DM admins. Do not try to get them to. Can you just come talk to me in voice? We get that like at least once a week. Can you just come talk to me? I'm not a good typer. Well, then here's your chance to practice. Moving on to the next. I'm constantly seeing support tickets opened with their answer to the "What issue are you having?" be as detailed as possible question, being as vague as possible, and with responses like "I have a question" or "I need help" or "I think something's wrong." Like, what the fuck? Why do you all wait for us to ask for more info? Why not just say it as it says and tell us the problem? So yeah, like please just answer those questions. Like I think 75 to 90% of the tickets we get, they don't answer those questions. They like it'll say, "What server you on?" And they'll answer, "Help, someone stole my heli." And then it'll say, like, "What problem are you having?" And they'll say, "Help." And then they'll say like, What's your name again?" Just they just don't answer the questions at all. They just start spamming their whole problem. Or even then, we have one that's like, what server you on? And it says, I have a question. And then it's like, what problem are you having? I have a question. Well, why didn't you just ask your damn question in the ticket then? Like, what are you waiting for? So it's just really, it's really weird. I don't get why that happens, but it does. I'm gonna rewind back to this other note. We are going to be, I'm 99% sure we're going to be getting rid of the auto authorization plugin. It's extremely taxing. The main one can't get their bills under control, which means we have to shave stuff off. For those who don't know, the auto auth plugin just yes, that will be going away. Moving on
You cut out for most of that take.
I did?
Yes, you did.
Yeah. Okay, so for those who don't know, that's the one that that if you're in a clan, it authorizes your clan members on their on your code locks and your auto turrets. And it will be going away.
We never had an auto upgrade, Dexum.
Is my mic not working?
No,
I hear you.
that time it worked.
Yeah, it worked that time.
It's so weird. Okay. Is it working when I do this?
Depends.
If
Did you
said
say anything?
if
That's
you
so
said
weird.
anything after I do this, then
Yeah,
no.
I don't know what happened, but suddenly like I have to keep my focus on this other window here. That doesn't make any sense. Anyway, so yeah, auto auth plugin will be going away. I'm gonna have to just read my note and then tab back over. All right, next note is why are the outpost turrets back on? No, the auto auth is if you're in a clan and you guys are on the TC together, it'll automatically authorize you on like the code locks and the auto turrets. Auto upgrade is the arrows on the right. Yeah. Okay, the outpost turrets, they're back on because honestly, when we had them off, players were exploiting that and literally camping the outpost scientists for free scientist kills, unlimited free scientist kills without any danger to themselves because the scientists don't shoot back. So people were just farming and farming and getting thousands and thousands of scientist kills and then reported it after getting thousands of scientist kills, of course. So the turrets are back on. This is why we can't have nice things. People like to exploit. Moving on to the next one. Sorry, I got a tab to read my note and then tab back now. All right, that next note's going to piss everybody off. The next note's going to piss a lot of people off, so I'm going to save that till last. All right, next one is server transfers. I took that screenshot the other day. Look at those numbers. For those who don't know, those first three servers, 1, 2, and light, are exactly the same. The only difference in the three servers is population, as you can see. Well, I'll discuss some of those other things a little bit further down. But well, we're not going to be increasing the main one pop close to wipe day like we always do. We usually pop it up to like 125 or something like that. We're not doing that anymore. We've actually been in discussions, and it got backburnered for now. We're going to give it another month and see how it goes. If we can get people to spread out to other servers more. We even discussed lowering the population of main 1 and main 2 to 75 and increasing light's population to 75, making all three of them the same. Just to purposely force people to spread out. So we're not going to increase. We're not going to do that right now. we backburnered it for now. We're going to give it another month and see how things go. But we are not going to increase the population past 100 like we do near wipes to alleviate the queues. There are going to be big ass queues on 1, so be ready for that. We will not be, like I said, we will not be increasing the pop. Perfect time to move. When you move at a force wipe, you literally take everything with you because, blueprints and skills, they wipe on a force wipe. So everything else goes with you. RP, whatever. If you don't move on a force wipe, you can only take some stuff with you. If you don't move on a force wipe, you can take any gold rank you might have. You can take your RP, and you can take your levels and skills. Again, though, the best time is on a force wipe. Honestly, like it doesn't take shit to move on a force wipe. If you are going to move servers on the force wipe, I would highly suggest you do it before Power Hour tomorrow. Wait, is Power Hour tomorrow? No, Power Hour
Thursday.
Sorry. Before Power Hour Thursday morning. Because once, well, first of all, let me explain one thing. When you move, all we're moving, if you're doing it for the force wipe, all we're moving is your RP and your gold rank if you have one. So say you're like someone that wants to PvP and you're like, man, I played the whole wipe on main 1. I want to PvP, but T say we got to move before Power Hour starts. Blah, blah. That's fine. Just move your RP and shit, and then go back onto main 1 and do your PvP. We don't have to. It's not like we don't delete your base or nothing. We just take your RP from main 1 away from you, so you'll have 0, and we put it onto you on main 2. And same thing with your vet gold rank. So, if you can live without the RP and the vet gold, for half a day while you PvP, then, we're not going to delete your base or nothing. So feel free to start your transfer ahead of time and go back to main 1, do your PvP, and then when the wipe happens, you're ready to go on main 2 already. The reason I said do it before Power Hour is because, as you all know, I am going out of town literally the minute I hit the enter button on my keyboard from typing the all clear on Thursday. Like my Jeep will be in the driveway packed. My family will be sitting in it, literally waiting for me to click that button and run out the door to go out of town on my vacation. So if you wait till Power Hour, which by the way, during Power Hour, the 2 hours of Power Hour, I don't get to have fun and play Power Hour because I'm getting all the stuff ready for the wipe. So once Power Hour hits, you will not have my attention for a long time. I will be extremely busy, and then I will be out of town. So that's why I'm telling you, you should probably, if you don't know what Power Hour is, go to the main Discord and click on the channel that says Power Hour. But that's why you should probably do your transfers before Power Hour. Like I said, you're more than welcome to just go back onto main 1 and do your PvP. Just, get the transfer side of it done ahead of time. I cannot emphasize enough how important it is to get some people to spread out some and move to the other servers. There's literally no difference. Honestly, if I was going to say there was a difference, it would be the fact that main 2 has most of the veteran, like, what I would call Zombieland loyalists, people that have been around for fucking years on our servers. They all fled to main 2 because they got sick of overcrowding on main 1. Main 1 gets a lot of trolls because it's the full server, and when trolls are looking for a server to go to, they're like, oh, look at that one, it's full, I'm going to go there. So, and yeah, plus main 1 has pizza. You definitely want to get out of there. So for those who really don't care about the, high population, go to Light. Light is averaging, like 10 people. Like Light is the same exact server. Like the people on Light, anything you want, you get it. If you want a Bradley, you got one. If you want oil rig, it's yours. If you want raids, they're all yours. There's like 10 people. Like go to Light.
Light is the place to be.
Yeah, Light is incredible. I can't believe more people haven't gone to Light after all the begging they did to make me bring Light back online. But main 2, I mean, just I don't know. You guys, things are going to start getting real drastic soon for main 1 if we can't figure out how to get people to spread out more. Having 100 people on main 1 last week and 24 on 2 is just ridiculous. And then the people that are on main 1 are like, I can't get a Bradley, I can't get a raid, I can't get any loot anywhere, I can't find nodes. Where are the nodes at? And people on main 2 are just laughing at you guys. Like, are you serious? Like, there's tons of stuff to do. So at some point you got to help yourself. Like we can't make main 1 be less crowded. And there's not less events there. The problem is not enough people have moved there. So when an admin goes to put an event on, nobody shows up. So trust me, if people move, you build it, they will come. Move over there. I promise you, events will be there. Matter of fact, the other night, Arctic was wanting to do races, and he was like, "Can I do them on main 1?" I'm like, "Hell no! Are you kidding me? Main 1 can choke on itself." go do it on main 2. So yeah, there's stuff to do.
I just want to highlight that with this last map here, there was ample opportunity to complete the scavenger hunt, but I could share that on certain instances the turnout was less than stellar. So this is exactly what happens.
Yeah, doing events is real disheartening because we try to organize and throw events and then nobody shows up or takes part, and it's like, well, okay, that was a lot of effort for nothing. Anyway, the point being is, man, I'm telling you, you guys make the switch. You're not going to regret it. I'm going to tell you right now, to this day, I've never seen a single person that switched to main 2 or light come back to us and be like, oh my God, this is horrible. Why did you guys convince me to do that? Nobody. Matter of fact, they do the opposite. They keep yelling at me to stop asking y'all to switch because they don't want you guys overcrowding their server. It's like telling you, it's the place to be. It's the place to be. Yeah, see, look, they're already telling you don't go to light. They don't want it getting crowded. But it's telling you, those people on main 2 and light, they have, well, especially light, they have unlimited things they can do. Nodes, raids, whatever. Also, I will tell you straight up, to this day, I have never seen an admin check a build on light, ever. Any base builds, ever. We've never checked a base build on light. If you want to build something stupid and big, do it on light. Main 2, you really got to be stupid to get us to check your build on main 2. Like, we don't purposely move to main 2, like looking for those things, but if they get reported to us, we go look at them. And even then, 90% of the time, we're like, whatever, it's main 2, who cares? They're on the edge of the map, no big deal. So if you really want to build stupid, go to light. If you like to build borderline stupid, go to main 2. Do it on the edge of the map. I guarantee you we're not going to mess with you. If you
don't listen to that. Build normal. Please don't build stupid.
No, don't build
Please.
stupid anywhere. I said almost stupid. Go to main 2. Do it on the edge of the map. Chances are we're not going to mess with you. If you want to build anything bigger, if you're on main 1 and you have like literally a couple foundations of open space extra, we're going to come mess with you. That's how crowded main 1 is. That's how bad main 1 is getting with the overcrowding in the builds. Like literally, we have a button that can turn off the walls and stuff of your base so we can see the guts of it. And if we see this giant base, then we hit that button to turn off the walls, and we can see, like, it's like X-ray vision. And we see inside your base, there's like literally maybe 4 foundations worth of shit. A workbench, some boxes, a bed, but your base is like a fucking 10 by 10, 5 stories tall. I promise you, it's getting dealt with. So on main 1, there is no room for any of that stuff. There's no room for extra room. There's no room for extra honeycombing. There's no room for none of that crap because it's so populated. So spread out. If you want to build like that, go to main 2. If you want to build stupid, go to light.
You're causing a little bit of an uproar on light right now.
Yeah, I know. Light hates me anyway. It's all good. All right, moving on to the next one. Well, you do want them to go to light because if light doesn't, like, at least get halfway full, 20, 25 players, I'm going to shut it down. We're paying a lot of money for that box. So trust me, you do want some people going to light.
Oh, I do. I know.
Because I already said, actually, I think it was last month, I said, this may be it for light. I may be shutting it down. So
I've been trying to convince one of the admins to come over and build with me, but they won't do it.
Yep. All right. Moving on to my next note. Let me go tab over there real quick. All right. I guess I'll go ahead and hit this topic and piss people off. Well, it's only going to piss off like half a dozen people, but whatever. Water Foundation's plugin is going away as of Force Wipe. So they are gone. You guys remember that big crash the other day? Yep. Guess what plugin caused it? So, yeah. Water Foundations are going away. Extremely laggy plugin anyway. We rarely see that many people using them. Maybe on main 1, which is a 1,500 player server, we may see 6 or 7 water bases. So not worth it, especially after it just crashed the server the other day. So they going away. You can still build in the water, just, not as deep, I guess. All right, moving on to my next note. I might as well hit all the negative shit right now and piss everybody off. Auto upgrade is going away. I just pause, let everybody yell at me real quick. No, get the pitchforks and the torches. Everybody go to T's house, burn it down. Auto upgrade is pretty lame anyway. Most people don't even know we have it. You know the little red and green arrow next to your toolbar when you're building. You can change like what you're building with. Yeah, it's annoying and nobody uses it that much. I personally use it myself, honestly. I'm the one who actually suggested we install it back when we did. But yeah, it doesn't get used that much. There's no real point to it, so. And it's extremely laggy. Yeah, we used to use B grade. This auto upgrade is actually better than B grade, but neither one of them are going to be around, so. And if anything else, auto upgrade just promotes the GigaChad bases because it's easier for them to build big GigaChad bases. So, yep, it's a double-edged sword. So yeah, that's going away. All right, moving on. Let me go read my next note. You know what's funny? This is the first server meeting I did not print my notes on paper because I said to myself, well, I got two monitors. I can just click over on that screen and read my notes. And now it's doing the microphone thing where I have to go tab over to it. It's so annoying. All right, let me go read this note. Hold on. This is somebody else's note who's not even in here. Let me see. Oh, I'll just do the best I can. So we've adjusted our NPCs a little bit at custom monuments. So we're starting next wipe. It's not a nerf or a buff really. It's instead of having every NPC across the board exactly the same, I made like a master spreadsheet of settings. Green monument NPCs. As you guys know, we color code our monuments on the map. Green monument NPCs will be slightly lowered. Medium monument NPCs will be exactly as they are now, which is where everything is. And the hard monument NPCs will be slightly raised. So, and when I mean slightly, I mean real slightly, like 5 or 10% of stuff. And even then it's just a couple stats. It's not like they're not like fucking mini bosses running around or nothing. So easy monument, NPCs are going down a little bit. Mediums are staying exactly as they are. Hards are going to go up a little bit. As of right now, they're all exactly the same, which is technically light medium. And I'm not slowing zombies down. None of what I just discussed has anything to do with zombies. It's just the custom NPCs. What the hell is that base? Yeah, all NPCs need to be harder. In my eyes, but I don't always win my arguments with my admin team. All right, moving on to the next one. All right, this one kind of ties into what I already said about transfers, but main one, you guys got to get your build sizes under control. As you know, it went critical last wipe where we were flying around we were deleting fire pits and anything we could find that we could delete. We've been begging people to move servers so that its population spread out more easily. Again, like I said, 100 people on main one and 24 on main two makes no sense. If I see a base like that Adopted just posted that picture of, it'll absolutely get nuked without even a note. I won't even pause to talk to you about it. I will just nuke it. You know what? That base could almost fly on light though, so have fun. But you guys got to get your builds under control for real. You got to get your builds under control. Main one had well, I know I've said this probably 30,000 times in chat over the last 2 weeks, but I'm gonna say it right here in voice so everybody can hear it. So main one and main two are literally rustdedicated.exe. That process, that application, running in 2 instances on the same machine. We have a machine. It's a very powerful machine, and it's got rustdedicated.exe running out of a folder called rust1, and then it's installed and running out of a folder called rust2, and that's main one and main two. Literally the same machine, same software, same everything, same hardware. With main one and main two, I'm sure you guys have seen me say it before. Main one and main two on wipe day at max population, our processor usage by both those processes added together is like 3%. Our RAM usage is like maybe 10%. So it's not the machine. It's well, I'm gonna teach you how to figure out what the problem is. So there's the first variable in the equation. Main one and main two are exactly the same. Same box, same software, same plugins, same map, same settings, same everything, right? The hardware is definitely not the problem. I just told you that. Main one had a crash and a stall just last week alone. Main two has never crashed to this day. So what do you all think the difference is between main one and main two? If they're running the same software, running the same plugins, running the same settings, and running on the same box?
Ooh,
Yep.
ooh, I know.
No. Player builds. And when I say player builds, I'm not just making this up because I have some fetish about destroying people's bases. Straight from Facepunch, literally from Facepunch, they say the number one thing that impacts server performance is player buildings and deployables. Every single thing you place, whether it be a deployable or a wall or a foundation, affects server performance. Now, imagine main one, what, 3 days into the wipe, we had like 750 sleepers on main one. I mean, not sleepers, but people, sleepers plus, those that are online. So within a couple days, it had over 700 people on main one. If each one of those people just builds a little base, imagine how much impact on performance that's going to have. And again, it's not the box. The box is fine. But rustdedicated.exe, the actual software, can only handle so much. The Unity engine can only handle so much. It has to talk and communicate with every foundation you place, every wall you place, every trap you place, every door you place, every planter, every sign with a picture on it, every skin door with, anime titties, all that stuff. My dog is losing his mind back there. All that stuff has to communicate with each other. Believe it or not, every single wall piece, every single foundation piece you place, all of them take processing power. Every single one of them, even if there's nothing happening to them. Every NPC that walks around, every wolf that walks around, every pig that walks around has to communicate, hey, there's a foundation there. Oh, there's a wall there. Oh, there's a recycler here. I can't walk through that. I can't walk through that. I can't go this. I can't target that place. There's a lot going on. And it's multiplied 1,000-fold, because there's so many people and they're building such big bases. So absolutely, 100% the cause in performance on main one, whether it be it crashing, it's stalling, players having shitty frames per second, and oh, this server's laggy. No, it's not. It's the players. You've got to control your builds. Control your builds or go to one of the smaller population servers. I cannot emphasize it enough. So this is the last time I'm going to say this because I've been saying this. We got some old people in here that have been around for a while, like Pizza. Pizza, you've been around for a while. I've been saying this. Sumi, you've been around for a while. Perk been around for a while too. I've been saying this for 3 fucking years. 3 years, every single month. I've been saying this same thing. I'm done. I'm tired of getting woken up in the middle of the night from servers crashing. I'm tired of getting waking up to 212 missed calls because main one crashed again. I'm tired of all that. And it's 221, sorry, 221 missed calls because main one crashed at 5 in the morning or whatever. You guys, it's all because of your builds. Control your builds or move to a lighter pop server of ours. That's just all there is to it. If that doesn't happen, this is the final month I'm doing this. If that doesn't happen, come November, we're going to start installing restrictive plugins just on main one. The other servers are not, I'm not going to punish. We keep punishing the other servers for main one's bullshit. We're removing plugins and changing, lowering the amount of raid bases that spawn and all this kind of crap trying to save main one. And we keep doing it to all the other servers too because we're trying to keep them all exactly the same. I'm not gonna keep punishing main two and light because main one can't control their builds. So control your builds, move servers. This is the last time I'm gonna ask. I hate to sound like a dick, and I hate to talk to you people, like I'm your parent or something, and I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to come off as disrespectful, but this is the last time I'm gonna say this. I've been saying it for 3 years. I'm done. So as of next month, if they don't get under control, I'm going to install plugins that restrict your builds on main one. And we're talking majorly restrict them, where the plugin is going to stop you from placing more TCs. It's going to stop you from placing foundations over the limit. It's going to stop you from all that stuff. So you really don't want to do that. I really don't want to do that. Can we please get your builds under control or move servers? Period. Okay. Moving on. I can feel my blood pressure going up. Sign artist limits have been lowered some. As you guys know, the /SIL has like limits. You can only put so many of them, and you can only do so many in a certain amount of meters. Guess why it has those restrictions? Well, because we actually paid those are customizations. Those aren't part of the normal plugin. We actually paid Nivix to add those customizations to it. Guess why we had to pay Nivix to add restrictions to sign artist? Can you guess what server caused us to do that? I bet you can.
Ooh, me. I know.
Yeah. I like all the people saying light. Anyway,
Obviously,
the point being is
Turtles.
every single one of those signs you put up with like, anime titties and stuff on it, like those signs, any player within like a render distance, even if they can't see the sign, just if their game could render your base, if they can render your base, their game has to render all your signs and download all those JPEGs at once. It causes people to get stuck to where they can't load, they can't log in, they can't wake up because there's too many signs around. I thought our restrictions were good enough the way they were, but they're not because main one just keeps going crazy. Yeah, I'm gonna give you news on that. Give me 1 second. They keep going crazy with it. Last wipe. So a typical sign artist database file is usually like maybe 100 to 200 megs. I know this, and ask me how I know this because uh, one of the devs at FacePunch and one of the other major plugin developers were helping me with something, and I had to show them a screenshot of some file structures, and they were like, "Yo, what the fuck is up with your graphical database file?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" They're like, "That should be 100, 200 megs max." And I was like, "Yeah, it gets pretty big." And they're like, "Are you running Sign Artist?" I'm like, "Yes, I am." And that's why our database file was over a gigabyte last wipe, a gig last wipe. That's you guys putting pictures on signs. Yeah, holy shit is right. So you wonder, and wait, I'm sorry, it was a gig on main one, wasn't a gig on the other servers. Anyway, yeah, I considered completely taking SIL out, but honestly, I mean, it's useful. We even use it when we go, put the rules up in town and the quest sign up and stuff. We even use it, so it's useful as shit. But you guys got to chill out with that. You got to chill out, especially main one. Again, especially main one. Main one just ruining it for everybody. All right.
I don't know how close the tree that is to.
No, actually, it does not count those Polaroid pictures like the instant camera ones. No. Although, too many of those still, it's just more entities, like the base last wipe that had like 64 of those things with everybody's pictures in them and that one not picture in there too. Yeah, that it's still entities. I know who it was. And I gave you a picture of me anyway, even though I was actually there to tear your shit down. But honestly, all the admins that were in voice when we saw that, we were like, man, he you can tell they spent a lot of time and they really care about this. So we let it slide, but please don't do that again. That was a lot of entities. But yes, even those can cause issues. But that was a very cute setup you had, by the way. That's the worst part about this job. Like, I love the shit you guys do. I love castle builds. I used to build castles when I was a player, and I got in trouble for it too. I love that kind of stuff. I love giant builds. I love, all the pictures and all the skin stuff. I love all that shit. The problem is now I'm in a different pair of shoes. Now I'm in a server owner shoes, and holy shit, I see why all those admins used to yell at me all the time as a player. Like, it's a huge problem.
If only we had a server that had very low pop, where you could
Right.
do that. I mean,
Yeah.
I know.
Like we're like almost like maybe we can make like a clone server that has less people on it, and like you could do all this crazy shit without me getting mad at you. That would be so cool.
dude, we should talk to the
But what
server
would you
owner.
call
I bet he
it?
could have one.
I mean,
Call
we
it something
would-
like light, right?
Yeah, just something easy.
Yeah. Not too confusing. Can easily be differentiated.
Sumi, I bet if I took your boyfriend off main one, you'd leave.
I mean, it's
All right,
very
but,
easy to keep him from main one. We can
Yeah, I
ban
can
you from
definitely
very
take you off.
specific. Yeah, we can ban you from very specific servers. Make it so Sumi can only log into light.
Sumi trying to challenge us, talking about nobody can take me off of main one. You want to put some money on that bet, Sumi? I bet we could all wager. I bet this whole channel could wager a bet on that. I bet you somebody could get you off of main one, Sumi.
Well, if I'm getting permission, I'll just add to my ban list and just do it right now for him if he wants.
No, it's all good. I honestly like Sumi a lot. He makes bad decisions sometimes, but I really like him as a person. He's a good dude. All right, moving on to my next note. This is a weird one. This is one, this is something I never thought I'd have to mention at a server meeting. And I never have had to mention at a server meeting. Treat others with respect. That rule does not just apply to admins. It does not just apply to players. It doesn't just apply in game. It applies everywhere. Discord, in game, in voice, whatever. Um, Without getting all sappy, a lot of people play games, especially, open world games like this. Like this isn't like, Battlefield or something like that. Open world games where you can just be what you want to be who you want to be, play how you want to play, do what you want to do, and hang out with who you want to hang out with. A lot of people do this to escape the real world, man. A lot of people do this to escape their real life. I mean, let's face it, most gamers, myself included, we all got issues, man. We all got issues. And a lot of us come into these virtual worlds to escape those issues and to just, enjoy a reality that's not reality. It just like the movie Avatar or whatever. We just want to get into another world and just, and it's a beautiful thing. A lot of us would never be friends in real life, if we just walked up to each other on the streets. But in here, race, sex, preferences, whatever, none of that stuff, religion, politics, none of that shit means anything. None of it means anything in here. And it's a beautiful thing. Like everybody gets to be friends. And you guys hear my dog whining back there because I'm not paying attention to him. We all get to be friends. We all get to just, accept each other for how we are. Most of you don't like me. Um, wouldn't get along with each other in real life if you met, wouldn't even give each other the time of day. Hell, half my admin team, if I just ran into them on the streets and never had met them before, I probably wouldn't give them the time of day even. And as it stands now, I'd rip the shirt off my back for any one of them. I'd let any one of them sleep in my guest room. So where I'm going with this is just be careful how you treat people and how you talk to people. I saw some shit said recently, and it's been deleted and it's been dealt with. But I saw some shit said recently that was like personal attacks on people, man. Like personally attacking how they look. When people posting their selfies and stuff, and like be nice. We're not all fucking supermodels. Like let's just let us be friends and let us be cool. Like um, we're not all supermodels. The Anyway, the point being is just treat people with respect. Like I have no toleration for that kind of crap. If you're gonna make fun of somebody for how they look or for what sex they are or for what religion or politics or any of that kind of shit, I get enough of that bullshit on the news right now. Everybody hating each other for what they think or how they feel or what their opinions are on this and that. There's enough of that shit in the real world. I don't need that shit here. Um, I don't care who you vote for. I don't care what you look like. I don't care how much you weigh. I don't care what genitals you got. I don't care what God you worship or don't worship. We're all friends here. We're all family here, and I expect everybody to treat each other with respect here. So please, if I see personal attacks like that on other people, I'm gonna be pissed. And I'm not talking about the shit talking, oh, you little bitch, whatever during PvPs types. I'm talking about actual, purpose attacks, like, oh, your glasses you look like a fucking nerd. Be nice to people or don't make fun of people. Like, show some respect. So anyway, sorry to like rant about that. And it wasn't against me or an admin. It was just a player versus player. And the last one I saw, that just set me off. I did not appreciate that. Like you don't know what someone's going through here. Somebody could be depressed. Somebody could have been going through hard times. I mean, somebody could be lonely. Somebody could be going through anything, and you could be the person that pushes them, over that edge. Like let's be honest. Half of us have probably been on that cliff edge before. I've been on that cliff edge before. I mean, I've not to get personal with you guys. I've sat in my car with a note already written out in the car running in the garage. You know what I'm saying? Like I've been on that edge before. I've been right on the teetering cliff edge of that before. I know what it feels like. And all it takes is one little comment and one rude ass thing to push somebody over some edge to make them really go into depression or do something even worse to themselves. And you don't want to be responsible for that. That's ridiculous. This needs to be a place where we can come and get away from that kind of shit. We need to be able to come here and feel better. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. There's times when I'm feeling depressed or feeling down. I come into main one and just start shooting the shit with players, and it cheers me up. So, just remember that. These are real people behind these screens, and you never know what they're going through.
If I add to that,
Yeah. So, sorry, I know that's weird topic for a server meeting. That shit pisses me off.
can I add to that real quick?
You can add to it all you want, bud.
Yeah, and on the other side of that, a lot of you guys know what I've been through in the last 4 weeks, going on 5 tomorrow, with my son being in the hospital, and coming in here and the support and the love I've gotten from the community. I want to thank you each and every one for. You have all held me back from that cliff's edge because I've been standing on it. And I just wanted to tell everybody thank you, and thank you to T and all the admins and all the leads and you people as a community. That's what I come here for. Is what brought me here, and it's what's kept me here. So this is the other side of the coin. So
Yeah, that's real shit.
your love and support have helped me through days that I was able to be there for my son when he needed me, and it was hard enough for me to be there for myself. So it's real important, man. We don't know what the other person on the other side of the screen is going through. So thank everybody.
And that's honestly, that is sad, but that's how the internet is nowadays, and I want this place to be a different place. I want this place to be a sanctuary from the normal internet. The normal internet is like that, we're not like that. So, and on that same topic, my friend that was going through all that shit, as you guys remember, thanks to the generous people at Zombieland. I'm trying to add this in my head because there was cash, and then there was groceries, and then there was a dinner. So let me think here. Cash, by the way, his name is Dustin. Dustin received $1,276, thanks to Zombieland. For those who weren't around for that, I had a very, very good, very. I'm not religious, but he's very religious, very wholesome, good person. He has 2 kids with autism. He has 4 kids total. His wife doesn't work because she's at. When I say autism, I mean like so far on the spectrum that the shit is like ultraviolet on the spectrum. Like they non-functioning, like totally non-functioning. Like one of his autistic kids is a teenager and is still in diapers. Like we're talking completely non-functioning. And so his wife stays home with the kids and obviously has to take care of them. It's a lot of expenses and stuff. And he lost his job and like literally, and he was in tears. Zombieland came through big time for him. Like I said, we gave him $1,276. That sounds like a lot. That's not even enough to pay his fucking mortgage, for 1 month. But still, it's better than zero, right? He is working, by the way. The day after he lost his job, he started doing some construction work. He actually has landed another good job at a detail shop now that he's working at. So, he's not making what he was making as a GM, but he's making enough money to support his family. That very first night when I was waiting for server donations to come in, I actually took the first chunk of server donations, and a lot of those were from you guys directly. Like you just said, here, boom, get your friends some shit. And I did. I actually drove over there that night, literally that night, after I posted that stuff to you guys, and you guys donated. I grabbed him. At first, I just asked him like, what do you need and stuff like that, and he was trying to name this and trying to name that. He was like, diapers and certain baby formula and stuff. And I'm like, you know what, dude? I was like, how about you probably need a break anyway? Like, I'm just gonna come pick you up, man. Let's just go to the store. So I went and picked him up. We went to the store, and I just took a shopping cart. I'm like, just start dumping shit in here, man. Just start dumping shit in here. And dude's humble. He was grabbing the Walmart brand of chips, the Walmart brand of cereal. And I'm like, just get whatever, dude. It's not that big of a deal. My people got you, man. And I made sure he knew where this was coming from and all of you. And he was so humble. He's like, can I get some dish soap? I'm like, of course. And he grabbed like the tiny, tiny little like travel size one. I'm like, dude, get a big dish soap, man. Come on, like, be real. So anyway, long story short, we filled that cart up. We filled my Jeep up with groceries and shit. We came back to the house. I had this army of little kids, the other kids, the autistic ones are so non-functioning, they can't even talk to you. But the other ones, they all just ran out there and were just hugging my legs and stuff. His wife lost her shit. She was out in the driveway when we were unloading the stuff and she just started crying. That really choked me up pretty bad, actually. I kind of lost my shit on the way home after seeing that. But anyway. Yeah, it's choking me up now just talking about it. Anyway, I brought him a Jeep full of Bailey, shut up. I brought him a Jeep full of groceries. Like I said, just the kids don't understand what's going on. They were just excited to see stuff. They were excited to see their dad smiling. The mom was in tears, just hugging me, hugging me. Oh, thank you so much. He was trying to hand me stuff. Like he has detail stuff because he managed a detail shop for years. He's like, here, take this and take. I'm like, I don't want your shit, man. Like you need that to make some more money. So just keep it. I'm not a good human being. You guys did this. It's not me. Please do not ever mistake this as a tea is good. This is all Zombieland people that did this for him. I just was the driver. Anyway, so we did that. We did that. Then more donations throughout the month came in. We ended up giving that 1,200 something bucks. And on top of that, we had some leftover donations. We took my wife to a really fancy restaurant for her 40th birth or 41st birthday. We go there each year for her birthday. It's her favorite restaurant. It's expensive, like real expensive. I save up all year for this night because we're talking like, $100 plate type dinner. Fucking, it's so expensive. Actually, last time we were there, the Real Housewives of Atlanta were in there, like sitting down eating. Like it's crazy. It's like real high class. There's a dress code. You got a real nondescript building. You go up to it and you got to ride the elevator up, and then like it opens up to this lounge, like real fancy place. I took Dustin and his wife there, and used server donations to take them out to dinner. Found out that in all their years of marriage, they've never been on a vacation and they've never even been out to like a fancy restaurant or anything, anything higher than like Chili's. So I took him and his wife out to dinner that night with us with some more donations. So he got a Jeep full of groceries, a very fancy dinner with a bunch of friends and family. Got him a babysitter so the kids will be taken care of and he can just chill and not have to worry about them. And then we got him that 1,200 something bucks. So he was well taken care of, and he said to make sure I told all of you thank you. So anyway, it felt good. It felt good to help somebody. Moving on. I see that note about the map testing, Mount Juice. What was that? Oh, Bushwiki. Is that ready to be talked about, or what's going on with that?
Well, you post about it, so we just wanted to encourage. So everybody, T posted earlier this week a sign up for the map testers program. We are going to be looking at the ones that had applied and reaching out to those folks here in the next couple days. But if you're interested in applying, please take a look at that post and go ahead and apply.
Yep. So just restating what he said, we are opening up applications for map testers. There are some rules with map testing. You and your friends, teammates, clanmates, or even people that you just regularly associate with, we're not dumb. We know who you play with. Will not be allowed to use any custom build spots for the first 48 hours of a wipe. That's the same rule the admins have. And the reason the admins have that rule is because we know where the custom build spots are because we were testing the map ahead of time. So that would be unfair to the players. So map testers, you cannot have a custom build spot for the first 48 hours of the wipe. After that, if there's an open one, feel free to snag it. There's not too many openings. We don't really have a hard cap on it. Just know it is work. It does take work. It's going to take training. You will have to be trained up on it. Um, the uh, the map testers are getting paid with RP for this. We have a spreadsheet where you will tally up the things that you reported that were actually fixed. In other words, you can't just, spam report stuff because you want to get a bunch of RP. They have to be things that when we're fixing the maps, we actually say, okay, yeah, that is a problem. Let me go ahead and fix that. And what we'll do is the people working on the map will check off on your fixes that you reported. And then at the end of the wipe or at the end of the month, you'll go through and tally up all the ones that have a check mark, and there's a little spreadsheet you can enter them in on, and it'll tally up the RP. Some of the reports are actually worth a couple hundred RP. I think some of the monument runs are worth like what 4 digits of RP.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
pretty
so
high.
so you can actually get up thousands and thousands and tens of thousands of RP doing this for us. Um, and it's kind of cool to help out and see behind the scenes, and you get no clip in God mode while you're testing, on the test server, so you can fly around and see how everything works and do all that good stuff. Again, you'll have to go through training for it, and you'll have to get approved, and it's an application process, just like when you apply to be a staff. There's a special channel. I can show off some of this right now since I'm streaming. If anybody's not watching my stream, probably be a good time to. People in the stream, you may want to listen on Discord because I think when I click on Discord now, you're going to lose my audio in the stream for some reason. But here is what it would look like. I've already started setting up the channels. As you can see, it's a test. But see, if you type in this channel, So you type in this channel, you get a little screenshot. And when you post it, you see that publish. You click the publish. And now your bug that you reported to the map channel just went over to the real admin map channel in the other Discord, in the admin Discord. So that's a way for you to get your reports into our map channels without you having to be in our admin Discord. So it's really cool the way we have it set up like that. We're going to have guides posted here on how to, just in case you forget some of your training. We'll have a general discussion channel right here where you can talk. And of course, this is where we'll put, announcements and stuff like that. Map testers will obviously be able to see this whole category here. And then eventually all the maps will be down there, not just Purgatory. If you're interested, where do we post that in the announcements?
Announcements, I believe. Yeah.
Yeah, if you're interested, I scroll up to 9:29. You can see right there on my stream. There's the announcement for it. The application is pretty simple. There's not much to it. It's more or less just making sure you understand how this works. So that's that. Like I said, doors are open for business. Oh, did I cut off again? Sorry.
Yeah. But not really that bad.
It's because of how the stream is being captured. Okay. Well, I don't know what it is, but I don't know how to fix it either. I'm not very good with streaming. Moving on to my next note. Son bitch. That's the last note. So now I'm going to open it up to any leads. Do we even have any leads in here? Mac?
I'm here.
We'd like
yeah.
to welcome Nola. He arrived a little late.
Oh, Nola's here. Hey, Nola.
Hey man, so sorry.
Are you driving?
No, I'm at home.
Oh, okay.
I don't really have anything that I can think about.
All right. Nola, you got anything?
I'm just super stoked for October, man.
Hell yeah.
October.
It is October.
We've got some good maps. Got some fun stuff for us, obviously with interaction with players. But all in all, I'm really excited. Glad to see you getting some time.
But you said I'm getting some time?
that you're getting some time.
Well, we'll see how that goes. Still not confident that I'm going to get to enjoy this vacation.
Moving on.
All right, moving on. Any admins have anything they want to pop off on?
Yeah, I'm gonna throw something down here really quickly. Going back to the whole entity thing, and I don't want to harp on it more, but I want to call it really an interesting call out recently. We, at least myself, I don't know about the other admins, but we've seen a lot of furnace bases. And what I mean by furnace bases is not just throwing your furnace outside, throwing a lock on it, which we all should be doing because that plugin could fail at any time, and running your furnace as is. But we're seeing literal buildings being built around them. Part of that whole entity count thing, it's not just the Giga Chad bases folks that are out there that are causing this. Builds like that are just as bad, to be fair. That's wasted. That is the literal definition of wasted entities. So I know that there's the whole super soaker thing, and you can squirt the furnace and it shuts it off because it's a face punch vanilla thing. But you know what? That's why we also tell you guys to run shadow play. If you run shadow play and you catch the person doing it, we'll come and have a conversation with them about it. And that's all I had to add.
Cool. Any other admins have anything?
It's a good call out, Wookie. It certainly falls under rule number 1.
Yep, it sure does.
Wait, rule number 1 cardio or double tap? I forgot.
Cardio.
Okay.
Yeah.
Run outside and take video of someone putting out your furnaces, and we will we'll handle our business.
There you go. All right. Any other admins have anything? Anyone going once, going twice? All right. Now we're going to open it up to the Q&A. Mac, you going to handle the stage or?
Yeah, I'll handle the stage.
Do it with James enthusiasm.
What's
Oh
James'
boy, here we
enthusiasm?
go.
I thought I was gonna do it with Eeyore enthusiasm.
Same thing.
Okay, raise your hand if you'd like to speak. Nobody. Okay.
For those who don't know, if you click on the meeting channel at the top right up here, see where it says on my screen show request? There's like a, on the top right up there, there's like a button or somewhere to hit
It's like request to speak, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we got a bunch.
Yeah, we got a bunch. All right, first up, Band-Aid Roo. I don't know where the thing pops up anymore, being like, okay, yeah, let me go for it.
There it is. I'm on mobile Discord right now.
Okay.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you.
Excellent. Well, I just want to say it was my first week on the server. Really enjoying the community, loving the mods and everything on the server and everything that you guys have been doing. Had some great interactions with you all already. And overall, just want to say thanks for doing what you do. And I just appreciate it. I look to do future wipes with you. Unfortunately, I'll miss this first wipe week of October. But I'll be back and on the servers the following weeks. My one question I do have is just and I asked in chat, but I didn't see a response to it. The upgrade directly to whatever material mod listed on the help list, is that disabled or coming back, or just something that's not on the drawing board right now?
I think that's the auto upgrade you're talking about, and we are getting rid of that.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
That's all I need to know.
By the way, thanks for the feedback. That's actually my favorite part of every server meeting is we always have at least one new player like, hey, I just got here. I love the place. This is awesome. I love it, man. That's my favorite thing.
Oh yeah, and I mean, hey, if I enjoy talking with everyone, and I'm a pretty talkative guy. So if anyone needs anything tech related, I work in tech, and I'm always open to answering questions. I used to be a system builder for, 8 years, built custom gaming rigs and stuff. So pretty good with diagnosing any problems that you guys might be having. So if you ever want to reach out, let me know. I'll answer it when I can.
Make Rust not run like shit.
Yeah, and have it not be based on. Never mind. I won't get into that. There's an engine problem, and there's a lot of problems I can poke holes with Rust.
Yep.
All right, anything else you got for us?
No, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, man.
All
You guys
right,
hear me chewing on a
next,
mouth?
we got
mouthful of
in
Tic Tac?
pizza. In pizza we crust. All right.
I thought she was banned from this.
I thought so too, but somehow she's still able to. And she's muted.
Haha.
I'm not muted. I'm sorry.
What's up?
Oh my god. Okay. First of all, did not know you looked like that T, but yeah, now we all know.
Oh god.
And
Was it that bad? Hold on, I'm in my pajamas. Was it that bad?
You were a bigger guy with brown hair, like long brown hair for the longest time. Don't even go
No.
down that road.
That's
No,
not
that's
me.
me. That's me.
That's you? Oh, okay. Alright. I just want to say, #ban windmills and everything else that causes me lag. Okay.
Amen.
Amen. Just get rid of them. Just nuke them. Just nuke all the windmills.
Oh, if we could, we would.
Or, I know you hate plugins, T, but run the power plugin for the light poles.
Absolutely not. No plugin. Adding new.
I don't know
adding
anything
new
about
plugins
this,
is
so
gonna
I'm
make
just
it worse.
like,
Adding new plugins just makes it worse.
I don't know what else to do about it then.
There's
Or
nothing.
make the test generators slightly cheaper. I give them away.
We already
I
plan
take
on
RP.
making them. We already plan on making them a little bit cheaper.
I literally give them away. Like, I take all of our paper and stuff and I give them away. Every wipe.
Well,
To
give me more
whoever
people.
wants them.
The problem is when the admins actually, I think it was Drac asked us the other day, like, why don't we make them cheaper? I'm like, the problem is it's not the price, it's the knowledge. It's not that people can't afford them, it's that people don't know that they can do that. That's the problem.
They don't know that they can go to /warp and go to, what is it? not Bandit, the other one.
Town.
Town.
Outpost?
Yeah, they go to town, or you can go to Outpost and do your quest and get the paper, and you do like 3 or 4 of those, and you have enough paper. Then you go to town and you buy it.
The unfortunate reality, though, is I want to spin that logic on you for a second, Pizza. The more you encourage the pound side ban windmills thing, the more they're going to troll you. Welcome to Rust.
That is true.
Well, yeah, but still ban windmills.
Yeah, I for anybody in this meeting that doesn't know what she's talking about, you can trade your windmills in at town for those little small AA battery things, and then you can use those to buy test gens for pretty easy price. I mean, you can just craft a few windmills and you get a test gen. So there's really no reason to ever use a windmill, and the reason we do that is because windmills are laggy as shit. They lag the hell out of everybody around them. And the reason we do it with the batteries like that is because that we wanted a currency that we could also drop as loot. So they drop from zombie hordes and they drop in raid bases and shit like that too. So that's why we do it with the little batteries or whatever.
Even better is you do your scrap runs and you do all your scrap needs the first wave. You can convert your scrap into windmills to buy your test generating down. Buy windmills and bandicamps and trade them in.
Yeah. And if anyone's having issues like farming scrap, just literally go on YouTube and look up how to do it. And the way is just run the fucking like either the subway tunnels or just the roads and literally recycle everything. You'll get.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing?
Yeah, of course.
If anybody needs help with paper, just ask me. Ask my team. It's me, War, and Kat. We will help you. Get a test gen. I will literally give you money out of my pocket. My paper. Okay.
You have to help me with my self-conscious now. I got myself in my pajamas on my damn webcam. You got me all fucked up in the head.
You don't look like I thought you did. Okay,
Jesus. Bye. I'm gonna have to find a selfie now.
Is she mixing you up with the dog?
Right, yeah. Wait, you know that was a dog, right? That's hilarious.
Oh, she's muted again.
And she's gone. All right, next we have the clap.
Oh, no.
Oh, I got the clap again?
Hello.
Yo.
Am I all good? Can you hear me?
Yep.
Alright, so I had a question about the trolling. If we opt in for, you said like you couldn't affect us if we're in monuments or in PvP. If we opt in for more trolling, would that change that?
No.
Okay, so it just increases how often we'll get trolled.
It basically, so if you come to us and you go, hey yo, I'm all up for being trolled. Basically, it's just whenever we're out trolling and we see your name, we're gonna be like, oh yeah, fuck this guy, we're gonna go fuck with him. And we're gonna pop up. We're gonna do some random shit to you. But if you're in the middle of like running a monument, doing a raid base, PvPing, fighting a zombie horde, even like we're not gonna fuck with you then. I mean, the zombie horde, I might put on a zombie outfit and grab a chainsaw and be running in the zombie horde, and you're shooting at me, not killing me, and it's just gonna be trolling you then. But most of the time, if you're doing something that's like, hey, this is an actual thing he's doing, we're not gonna fuck with you. If you're chilling in your base, running a road or something like that, like yeah, you're free game.
And could I opt in to be trolled during a monument?
No. It's just for safety reasons and to keep everything the same. We don't do that.
Okay.
Wait, we don't what?
He was asking to opt in so that if he's running a monument or doing a PvP or something like that, we can troll him.
Not during those things. But I mean, opt-in as far as trolling goes, like we flag a player, like they're cool with it, so that if an admin's really desperate, like earlier when we were training the staff earlier, I'm looking around the map, like, okay, who the hell do we know around here that we can go troll to practice with this? And even then, it was kind of difficult. So it's a lot easier if we flag somebody, like, yeah, they're cool with being trolled. That way, we know, like in that kind of situation, like, oh, so and so's online, we can go troll them.
Yeah.
All right, and one last thing, where do we opt in to be trolled?
You're already flagged.
All right, thanks. That's it. Thanks for being great admins.
Yep, thank you. All right, now we got Papa Ligma.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Awesome. So, one quick question. Awesome server, by the way. This is my first full wipe with you guys. I'm going to butcher this name, but I'm going to say Eliana, whatever.
Eliana.
Map creator is amazing. Good job on that. I know it took a lot of time. My quick question on raid me bases. So I know some of the admins were interested because you guys really don't know that plugin. When I was doing one, I think 2 or 3 days ago on main 2, Drakon even jumped on during power hour and kind of tried to get more engagement. But the question I had is, even if I build like a decent sized base with a lot of boxes, it still registers it as a medium raid. Is there any way to change that?
There's a foundation, wall, door, box, whatever count in the config that I have set up, and that's how it classifies your base as easy, medium, or hard.
Gotcha, because we had a ton of boxes, and I thought, I mean, from at least the server chat, it was too big to raid, but it still registered it as a medium, so I didn't know the stipulations on that. I wish more people would do it. That'd be awesome, but yeah, I know people play, their own.
Believe it or not, that plugin, this is gonna be a toot my own horn thing. That plugin was 100% my invention. I paid I didn't pay, our donations did, but we paid a shit ton. That plugin right there, we have spent more money on the development of that plugin than we have anything else development wise. Because I thought that was just the coolest idea ever, that a player could convert their base into a raid base, and that whole plugin, that's also what converts abandoned bases into raid bases when people haven't been back on the server. So that originally the way it started, and I know I'm just rambling, but honestly I'm pretty proud of this, is we had auto purge, which every server's had that, where it just deletes your base if you haven't been on it X amount of days. And I was talking to Nivix one day. I was like, man, it'd be really cool. I have an idea, and I told him, like, it'd be cool to be able to convert abandoned bases, instead of purging them with auto purge, have them convert into a raid base, and then they can be raided. He was like, that is a good idea. He's like, get the details for me, and I did. And I ironed out all my little details of how I wanted it to work, and we paid him to do that. And then as he was working on that, I'm like, what else would be cool? I was like, it'd be really cool if there was a command and a player could just purposely do that to their base and have some kind of reward and yada yada yada. Lots of money and lots of time and lots of testing later. It was a bitch to test too, especially the abandoned part, because how do you test abandoning something for 2 days? That's a lot of time. Anyway, long story short though, that was the most expensive and most in-depth that we've taken. That was completely 100% a Zombieland invention, and it was a lot of money and a lot of time, and nobody ever uses it, and it's so depressing. So I feel
Yeah,
you.
I love the plugin. I know my team, like Taco said, we build a few of the bases, but it's just there's no engagement. Super amazing plugin though. Good job
Yeah,
on that.
I was so impressed with myself, man, because I thought of every stop. I'm like, well, we got to make the boxes invincible so that the person doesn't exploit and convert their base to a raid base just to get the free loot, and blah blah blah. And it's just, we try to think of everything. Like, we really put a lot of thought into that plugin, and nobody uses it.
Oh, dude, I love it. I try to as much as I can, and we'll definitely, hopefully, if people transfer over to main 2, we'll start doing some more.
Hell yeah!
Because it's an awesome social aspect. I mean, I know it gets a little hectic sometimes, but
And
it's fun.
To the people in chat, no, the plugin's on every server. It's all our servers run the exact same plugins. Period.
Yeah, if you go to the info page and go to the raid part, it's the second page, and it tells you all
go to
about
raid
the
base.
raid base.
And another cool thing, I know I'm really blowing your ear off with tooting my horn on that plugin. Then my third stage of that plugin, after we did the whole raid me part of it, is I was like, dude, I got another idea. I was like, I want admins to be able to do it, but it has to completely strip all their powers in the bubble. And that was a bitch to test, because when we got it wrong, it would ban the admin, or it wouldn't work at all. It would either leave their powers intact, or it would ban the admin. So during testing, that was a major bitch. But it works. Like, when I say it strips you of your powers, like, it doesn't just pull like a veil over the admin, like pretending that they don't have admin powers. They legit lose all their powers. Like, even their chat goes back to normal player chat. Like, everything is just stripped. And then when they come out of the bubble, it reapplies all that shit back. It's really cool.
Yeah, Drakon was taking my mini Chad with fire arrows.
Yep.
I was like, yep, awesome. Well, man, that's it. I appreciate it. Thanks for the answer.
Yeah,
and,
man.
Great job on the server, guys. Thanks.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate it.
Thank you. All right, now we have Crazy Kangaroo.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey.
Hello.
I just joined a few days ago, whatever. Nice server, map's good. I just mainly sort of like to jump from custom map to custom map just to have a look, kind of thing. This one, probably one of the better ones that I've found. Yeah, it's really good. A few nice people in there. I just wanted to ask, I heard you don't like plugins much or adding new ones. Have you ever had the like static lootables plug in at all?
Static lootables?
Yeah. So like the cars, the benches, everything. There's an item in it. You can smash the table, and it'll unlock the table, and there could be anything in it.
Oh.
Or like yeah.
No, but one thing we have been doing is we've actually been honestly we need to do more of it because it's a manual process and we just have been pressed on time. But is we've been making I did it actually on the current map, the one I'm about to stream for you guys. We've been making other things lootable. So make sure you
Okay.
guys search around. Like in other words, you could be in a monument and you could see like a broke down car in the back of the warehouse, and you could walk up to that car and find car parts in it. Like we're making.
Okay. Yeah. So that's similar then. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. But well, yeah. So I think I know what plugin you're talking about. I remember seeing it come up recently on like Loan or something, and I'm like, oh wow, that's what we've been doing for months now, and now they made a plugin that does it. But yeah, we do that
Yeah.
already. We just do it manually because then there's more creativity about it.
Cool. Yeah.
Let me just say there is a toilet somewhere on this current map that has elite crate contents inside of it. So I'm serious.
that's
I'm not playing either. Go find a toilet. There's a toilet with an elite crate contents inside of it somewhere on the server
Yeah,
on the map.
there's one I was on, and even the little pot plants, you could search them and you could find fertilizer and some weed seeds in it. You know what I mean? Like, there's all different things. Kind of cool. But yeah, just saying about the trolling thing. Yeah, you can put my name down for that. And
Hell yeah.
gives me something to do. To follow up from farming stones and doing nothing else. I'll fill out this map tester thing too, because I like looking at all the new maps and stuff on different servers.
Well,
So-
stand by on the stream because you're about to see the next map.
Nice. All right. Well, that was about it. But yeah, you all seem nice so far. Everyone I've met. I like the quest thing too. That's pretty good.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we put a lot of thought to our quests. A lot of thought.
Yeah. No, they're good. It's most definitely most things I've found to do on a PvE custom server. So definitely one of the better ones I've found.
Nice.
Anyway.
Appreciate it, man.
Yep.
That's it. I'm going now.
All right.
Have a good night.
YouTube favorite accent of the night by far. And Gambit,
All
you know
right.
what's funny? Gambit 420, you just said in chat, add me to the troll list. Is actually when I was training the admins, I saw you in the distance with my admin radar, and I was like, oh, we can go troll Gambit. He'd be fine with it.
All right, next we got Wizardy Was.
The problem was Gambit, you were in a raid base, so we backed off. Or you were on a boat. You were on that boat, the monument, so we backed off.
Wizardy, you're up. Should be an option to join somewhere on your screen.
Oh
There
man,
you
I
go.
just started talking instead of actually clicking the button. Distracted working on my base. Yeah, this is my first force wipe here, but fell in line pretty well. I mean, you can see my amount of hours and stuff. I really like the server. I like a lot of stuff about it. Really, the only thing I wanted to mention is that and I think I mentioned this in chat. I don't know if anybody saw it, but like, I think that the limits on entities are pretty high given the furnace upgrade, because they made like furnaces cook like 3 times as fast. So even you're talking like clans of like 10 people wouldn't need 10 furnaces to cook the kind of metal. There's the entity limits could definitely use another passover for like what we have, because I don't think you need 8 to 10 furnaces even with like 10 people living in a base. But who knows about that?
Our players would disagree. Like, some of our players would be like, no, I need that, because if I don't end the wipe with 5 stacks of C4 and 200 stacks of rockets, it's not worth it.
What's funny too is they end the wipe with all that shit that they're never going to use anyway because they don't PvP, or when they do PvP, they just sit on their roof with a bolty for the entire PvP day. Like,
I could run the math for you though. It's it doesn't take that long to cook that much. Like, I had millions of sulfur this wipe, and I could cook it all in an afternoon because it's so much faster now.
Yeah,
Well, and to add, folks, and thank you, Wiz, for bringing that up. Keep in mind, I don't know if anybody reads the Face Punch, patch notes and the quality of life updates and everything else. Band-Aid just hit it on the spot. Next patch, they are fixing the UI interface so that it doesn't matter what you put in the slot to burn. It's going to all burn it at the same time, except obviously sulfur burns a little bit faster than metal frags, vice versa. But you'll actually see an indicator of how fast it's actually burning in the different rates too. So it's actually, shockingly enough, an improvement versus what they've done previously.
Yeah. And then my other one is like, I mean, I'm sure everybody's heard me make the little jabs here and there. I feel like the skill trees, the mining one is specifically not super great. There's a couple others that need some look at. But like, you know, I have eyes, so I can see the nodes. So it doesn't really improve a whole lot. Whereas like, you know, you look at lumbering and you can cut down 20 trees in a single tree. So it's an active improvement to the amount of things you can mine. Whereas mining, you're still limited by how fast you can run from node to node. I just thought, you know, that could be. I'm sure it's been looked at, but you know, since I got the floor, I might as well mention it. I've always thought that was a little bit useless. Not useless, but less useful.
I agree. A few comments on that though.
Mm-hmm.
So comment number one is make sure you read update log because there are changes to the woodcutting one. Next comment would be the reason the woodcutting. Well, first of all, we can only work with what we're given. Like we can't the powers, quote unquote, you know, the magic powers that these abilities can do. There's only certain things they can do. Like we can't make them do things that can't be done. You see what I'm saying? Like we can only work with what we're given.
Yeah, there's mechanical limitations of the game.
Exactly. So I can't just say, well, you know what, he's right. Let's make it so that when you mine a node, it mines all the nodes around you in a 50-meter radius. I can't. It's just not, it doesn't exist. It's not an option. So I can only work with what I'm given. So there's always going to be some skill trees that are like pretty lackluster compared to others. But you know, there's some people that just like to RP. You know, maybe one wipe somebody wants to be. I'm going to be a fucking Navy SEAL this whole wipe, and I'm going to do all underwater skill tree. I'm just going to do everything I do underwater. You know, maybe just for fun. When it comes to like, you know, hardcore, you know, World of Warcraft top tier raid type player that wants to do everything exactly the most efficient way and the most perfect way and the most, you know, that of course there's always going to be the one tree that's overpowered or the one skill that's so overpowered and all the other ones are so boring. It's always going to be like that. Nothing I can do about it. On top of that, saying dissing the node radar is gonna get you lynched by some of the players, so be careful with that one.
Yeah, well, and to clarify, I don't think that it's necessarily bad. I just don't think that it's like ultimate material. Like, I think I mentioned before. I think it's maybe a tier 3 skill, and then like the tangible increases could be the ultimate. Like, I don't know, 60-second cooldown, chance to critical for 3 times node value. You know, something like that. It would be that way. You're getting a tangible increase to the value of your mining, rather than just something that shows you where nodes are.
Yeah. Problem being is again it just doesn't exist.
Well, wait, really?
I
Because
can't.
you can triple the amount of sulfur you get for a node.
Yeah, but I can't do it on a chance, and I'm not going to give an ultimate ability of triple your resources when people are already building 10 million stone bases on main one as it is.
Oh yeah, I mean the stone things, but yeah, I mean it's a thought, but yeah, it was my thought, but yeah, otherwise really like it.
And another reason
job,
that
guys.
another reason that the woodcutting ultimate seems more powerful than the mining ultimate is there's also a balance in, and this is with all skills, you know, how we decide which ones go on tier 3, which ones go on tier, you know, which ones go on some trees actually, is there's also a balance of, hey, if you really want this, you're gonna have to waste a bunch of skill points and some other stuff you may not want. Like everybody wants all the mining skills, but that woodcutting ultimate is so badass. Are you really going to go spend 75 points in woodcutting now to get it and forego your mining? You see, there's kind of a trade-off there, and the thought process behind that was good because less mining means less giant bases. You know, if more people want to go for the woodcutting one, and the same goes with the pouch skill. You know, 48 extra backpack slots. That's in a tree that most people don't really care for. But now the trade-off is you're going to have to pick some of those skills to get down to that pouch skill that you want so badly. So a lot of it's a balance thing. Whereas the woodcutting skill, you know, like I said, is so powerful, but the rest of the tree may not be as desirable as the mining tree is. So you got to kind of make a choice there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. That's about it.
Cool.
Thanks again. Oh yeah, this map, by the way, Disney map. I think I told her specifically, but outstanding. You know, just a lot of attention to detail. Thanks for that.
Yep. Glad
Peace.
you enjoyed. Thank you.
All right. Next we have Draco the Juggernaut.
Yo, can you hear me?
Yep.
All right. Well, I just want to put it out there that I'm like brand new to this whole thing, like this whole server set. And preemptive warning that I do have about 1,600 hours in Rust. I play on light mostly because I work a lot, and the first day that I joined, I had a lot of people that were like kind of in chat, and it wasn't a bad thing. Everybody was, shooting shit, talking with each other, and it was really nice. It was nice and relaxing. The one thing I like light because it makes it a lot easier for somebody like me who works a lot and doesn't want to constantly, sweat in PvP just to build a stone 2x2. I don't want to run around with a crossbow or like a prim revolver. But that's besides the point. I also do like light because it's relatively easy. But I did want to ask about are you guys gonna do specifically just custom maps, or are you gonna eventually put maybe one server has a procedural, one has a custom, one has a paid for map or whatever?
Now we've done all custom maps for 4 years now. Literally every wipe is a custom map. Every month we try to release a brand new custom map, and then the other 2 wipes of the month we usually take one of our oldest maps that we haven't run in so long that most people wouldn't know it's not new anyway. And we actually revamp it. We put a bunch of new monuments. We switch out some monuments. We put new custom monuments. We revamp. We fix all the bugs that we found last time we ran it. Blah blah blah. And the way we do that, we usually pick the lowest entity count map we have for the end of the month. We usually pick the brand new map that no one's ever seen before. We usually try to release those the second wipe of the month because on Force Wipe, everybody's so hell bent on farming and farming and farming and you know what I'm saying? They're not gonna explore and enjoy the map. And Force Wipe, that's when we allow ourselves to run some of the bigger entity maps that we have. Because players don't have as high mining skills or whatever, and they're not building as big. But no, fully custom map that you will not find on any other server every single wipe, and it's been that way since our inception. In the very beginning, obviously I didn't have time to make a brand new map every single wipe, so it was once a month back then. But now it is every wipe.
Oof. I mean, that's really all I've got. Well, on the entity limit thing as well, it's for me, yeah, I'm a solo, but I still had to run 6 small furnaces just to be able to smelt the resources I needed for my base to make the basic metal doors and everything. And I can see where the entity limit gets annoying. I personally like to shove as many boxes as I can in one square, but at the same time, I think you do also have a point with main one. I've heard the complaints about that. I just checked the population at one point, and yeah, a lot of people.
Yeah, but I'll throw it out there, Jacko, that what you just said there, we'd love to hear, right? You shove a box and you try to fill up your space and use it efficiently. We've actually run into bases where it's literally 3 floors, 10 by 10 foundations, and you could probably take all the deployables that are in that space and tuck it into a 3x3.
Or even worse,
as on one floor, even not even 3 floors, right? Like a 3x3 on one floor. So that's and this is a lot, unfortunately, on main one, which is why we're really hammering home, saying if you want to do this sort of thing, there's other servers for it, but still keep it within reason.
Yeah,
you're on the right server, so you don't have anything to worry about there.
Yep, totally.
Light's the best.
I give you my personal guarantee that you'll probably never see an admin over there messing with anybody.
Excuse me?
Yeah, but I want to be.
I said messing with anybody though, Trigger.
Oh, messing, yeah. No.
Yeah.
We get along good over here.
Yeah, it's a really nice server, and I know I'm probably gonna be shouting out one of the members, but Glorious Cult, he made my day there worth it.
Who?
One full day I was on Glorious Cult.
I don't even know who that is.
We were just joking back and forth a bunch, and he was great.
Yeah, in general, even with all the bitching I did tonight about builds, even the people that do the bad builds, some of them are my favorite players, honestly. That's just, again, I built the same way when I was a player back in the day. Yeah. We have a great community. All our people are so, hell, you heard me talking about my friend that lost his job. Our community is fucking amazing. They just can't control their damn builds. I get it. I truly get it. Trust me, I get it.
If you need me to go through and teach people how to fucking shove as many boxes into
Man.
one by one, I will do it.
We even had admins holding base building like workshops before, trying to get people to control their builds. Yeah,
even
Zedder,
had-
I'm looking directly at you, Zedder.
We had a
And
player.
see-
We had a player do the like build the smallest base event type thing and offer a
Yep.
prize, and fucking people still were just like, no.
Nobody entered it. See, there's two examples right there. Zedder and Doc. Both of them just said something in chat right there. Both of them are extremely high on my favorite player list. And both of them build the most obnoxious shit ever that at least gets reported to me once a wipe.
Especially that Zetter guy.
Especially that Zedder guy.
He gets into build mode and forgets what he's doing, and suddenly he's got like a 300 foundation base, and it's like, bruh. He's like, I know.
Well, you just make like 4 layers of stone external walls. Like, you don't need like a ton of foundations. It's really not that hard to build a base that can withstand some heavy PvP or raiding.
Well, even worse is you don't need that until like the day before a wipe anyway.
Yeah.
But why do you need it for the whole wipe? That's our biggest thing is if you're going to build a PvP base, wait till the end of the wipe. You don't need that for the whole wipe. And on top of that, if you build it too big, Zedder, if you build it too big, nobody's going to raid it anyway. So what's the point?
What's worse is a lot of them that do it, they don't even play PvP.
Yeah. Or if they do, they get mad, Zedder, that nobody's raiding them. They complain constantly. Why is nobody raiding me? Why is it? Because your base is the size of the state of Texas. That's why nobody's raiding you.
Or they're just bad at PvP, Zetter. I mean,
Oh, shots fired. Shots fired. Oh, I like this. He can't fire back.
I know, right?
I know that you guys have a problem with like plugins and everything. Trust me, I used to play on a server that had, I think it was 1,300 separate plugins.
Jeez.
And 7 of them were specifically relating to power flow. I know people are like, why don't you just make it so it's like power lines and power? Better idea is just make it so solar panels, because they're tiny, you can fit them on a roof. You just make them always generate 100. They have. That way people will never use windmills, and if somebody has windmills, just start giving people incendiary rockets to launch at the roofs. Get rid of them.
I thought of a better idea the other day in the admin Discord. Was every time someone places a windmill or a solar panel, it just kills you.
Oh, that would be perfect.
And blows up the entity too. Like it doesn't actually place. It just kills you and says, "Come on, you should know better."
Come on, be better.
Right. So
I vote for this.
All right, we got to move on so these people can get their prizes in game. They're going to start pulling out the pitchforks soon if I don't do this.
All right, we'll move
Yeah,
on.
Good. I don't want my prizes until next fight though.
Okay.
So.
Cool. Thank you for the comments.
All right, Jacob.
Hey.
Hey.
Yeah. Yep. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Thank you. Just want to say great job. Excellent server. New to Rust. A friend of mine brought me over. Really been enjoying it. I had a quick question about skills and XP. Has there been any discussion about that potentially carrying over, maybe being tied to veteran or VIP rewards? Is that a possibility?
So skills in the skill stuff, it carries over every wipe except force wipe. VIP or is it veteran? I think it's veterans. Veterans get a 10% bonus to all experience earned in the skills, and they also have their respec cost is 2/3 of what it is for everybody else to respec. But those things do carry over. They just wipe it force wipe. And just like playtime ranks and some of the other big perks, we got to wipe stuff at some point. Otherwise, everybody would just be maxed out, and then the server get boring real quick. So we've had people in the past say, "Why do you wipe the playtime ranks? That's so stupid." Well, because after a month, everybody be a veteran, and it wouldn't be a perk anymore. It would just be the default. And same thing with the skills. You know, if we didn't wipe the skills on the force wipe, then I can tell you right now, multiple people, can easily have multiple alts, by the end of the force wipe. So after a month or two, they would literally have every skill, every alt, everything, and it would just be pointless. And God knows how big the bases would be at that point.
I'll just say, like, I normally don't play, right? Like, I don't enjoy Rust as a game for itself. But, like, I actually played this wipe, started no skills, and, like, at this point, I still have, like, what, in my backpack, I have 44 rockets, 46 HVs, 100 C4, 1,600 explosive rounds. Like, I could do a nightmare base type thing. So it's like, Everybody always talk about that, like, oh, it's so hard to farm stuff and get stuff. It's so easy.
And imagine now if they never wiped though, because I mean you've got skills in the crafting tree that'll double what you craft. You have skills in the crafting tree that'll refund you your stuff that you crafted. Then you have skills in the building tree that would refund when you upgrade your base. You have skills in the mining tree. You have skills in the wood cutting tree. And if those never wiped and people had all of them, like oh my god, it would just be like a 1,000-time server by that point.
And like I'm already level 61. Like it didn't take long for me to get here. And if I had started at Force Wipe and then I kept playing, like I'd probably be like at least level 200 probably.
Yeah, it's pretty insane.
So like you can easily like level up and get up there real quick. So not wiping skills and all that would just be insane. Like literally I would be maxed out and just be like, well, this is boring. Go elsewhere.
Plus, not wiping gives you itchy butt.
Yeah, that too.
Indeed.
Anything else, man?
No, that was it. Just a question about that.
I appreciate you, man. Welcome
Appreciate
to
you guys. Thank you.
Yeah, welcome to Zombieland, dude.
All right, now we got Sumi.
Oh God.
Rage quit now.
Ban him. Yeah, you guys
Ban
should be
him.
right the fuck now.
Get him out of here. Ban
What's up,
Sumi.
guys?
Bad chat bases.
Again?
Ban everything.
All right, what's up?
Hey, so I was want to ask about the cooking plugin. Is that something that we'd possibly bring into the server at any moment, or is it just killed for?
It is killed.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yep.
Another question that Morph had is there any way to possibly get a level from voting like we used to do before with Z levels?
You do get skill. You talking about skill points or a level?
A skill, a skill point or a level, I guess would be the same.
You already do on some of the milestone votes get a skill point. I have no way of giving levels. There's no such command.
Yeah, you
And I
get
know
XP.
that we can only give
XP.
You can only give XP, but if I give you 1,000 XP at level 1, you're gonna get
Right,
6
yeah,
levels.
yeah.
But if I give
I
you
see.
1,000 XP at level 100, you're gonna laugh at me. So there's no way to do that.
Okay. That makes sense. All right, that's all I had to ask.
All right.
Hi, Sumi.
Hi, T-Bird.
Gotta get these two a room.
Wow.
Right. All right, let me just get them out of here first. There we go. Okay.
Thanks.
We got Pizza Ligma and then 304 Flow. I'm actually going to go with 304 Flow first because he hasn't spoken yet. We've already heard Pizza and Ligma. Flow, it's all you. If he accepts. There you are.
Okay, sorry about that. I'm driving at the moment, so
No
pardon the noise. I'm actually fairly new to the server. A friend actually pulled me over. We used to play a long time ago, but I'm not gonna lie, I totally forgot how to play this stupid game. And I've been dabbing around with the fishing a little bit, and I noticed you do have a skill tree for like going underwater, like holding your breath and stuff like that. But don't really have one for fishing.
Fishing's and gathering. There's
gathering?
In gathering, there's skills associated to fishing currently, but we're looking at what hasn't happened in the fishing in general, like even the quest line stuff, because there were some issues with quests, and then of course, Face Punch in their ultimate wisdom always ends up changing entity names or whatever on a monthly basis, and because October's wipe has a bunch of changes that could be happening in general. Plus, T's going to be away and a few other things. Like we just decided not to push those quest changes, but it's something that we're going to look at for the month of October. Introduce more fishing-based quests for November, but there are some skills within the gathering tree where all the farming stuff is, where you can actually do extra things with fish. I think.
I tried it this week. I tried to do a face out in the water right outside of the fishing village, which I noticed you don't have a port to the fishing village, or I know maybe the big outpost you have a port, but the previous week there was 2 fishing villages, but this map only has 1, and it's just out in the boondocks next to nothing. So I had to, run my butt all the way over there. But,
yeah, but
that's just a nitpicking.
Yeah, you're breaking up there really bad
yeah,
there,
I made
Flo.
like a little
Just, you know.
like. Oh, sorry. I think I'm in a bad section of town. Hold on.
Get
Can you
robbed.
guys hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. That's better.
Okay, it's just bad reception area. Yeah, I just noticed like you guys don't have particular warping to like the fishing village. I know you guys have warping to the big areas like outdoors, but have you ever guys considered for the NPCs that are interactive, like the fishing village? Do you guys have plans for adding warps to those places too?
Honestly, I would actually rather get rid of warps before I add more.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you wouldn't. I'm the mean admin. I'm the one that likes more challenge to the game, and usually end up fighting half the other admins about it because they all want it to be like. Me and Aliana fight all the time because when I'm making a map, she's like, "Well, make sure you got bandit on one side of the map and outpost on the other side of the map and town on the other side, so people can warp all over the map when they want." I'm like, "No, I'm not. I'm not making my map so their travel is easier. No, I want the game to be harder for them, not easier." Yeah, I actually
I was
hate.
actually talking.
You did what?
I'm sorry. I was actually talking to my friend about the exact same thing last week. Like all three was on one side of the map, and there was 2 fishing villages, but this one is like there's only one out in the boondocks, and I'm just like, how am I supposed to learn how to do this fishing thing if it's out in the boondocks and stuff? And I'm just like that I just find it that me and my friend were talking about the exact same thing.
Yep. If I had it my way, there wouldn't be any warps except town, and it would be a lot harder to travel. Because you got to remember, we give people 30 different types of vehicles they can spawn. I mean, hell, even a new player can spawn horses and boats. Then VIPs can spawn cars of all different types, and then veterans can spawn all kinds of flyy things. And then you got warps, you got homes, you got TPs, you got all that stuff. It's just like this. There's got to be players out there that never even set their feet on the ground. So I like it to be hard.
I know you do.
Giggity.
Anything else?
Zinga.
Knew that was coming.
Also, like I'm kind of interested in relearning how to build PvP. Do we have any? I'm on main 2, and I'm just wondering if there's any people that are veteran PvP building bases that can give tips and tricks.
My suggestion for that, honestly, just post in the general, and I have no doubt you get like 3 or 4 of our veteran players that PvP be like, yo, hey, yeah, pop over, I'll show you some things.
We already got someone talking to you right now.
Yeah, a lot of them or whatever though build for like clans. I don't know very many who actually do really good solos or duos.
I can tell you right now, don't accept help from Adopted or Zetter.
Yep.
Yeah, they only know how to build giant monstrosities.
They're gonna get you banned real quick.
Well,
there's a bunch of people in chat already offering up to you, man. So yeah, just post it somewhere. These people jump all over helping people. They always do. They're really friendly.
I'll go into general chat and post it up there.
Cool. Appreciate it.
I just want to, test the waters on the PvE server. So if we go to PvP, it's like, okay, I know what I'm doing. I know how to build this thing, yeah, it's been too long since I played Rust.
Yep. Anything else?
No, great server. Greatly appreciate all the mods and stuff for people like myself that have jobs, can't play 18 hours a day. I'm actually driving home from work, so appreciate all the quality of life stuff that you guys provide. So greatly appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you. All right. Go back to N Pizza We Crust. I'm gonna turn off the request now, just because this is taking a long time.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's all your fault.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm sorry. It's T's lack of hair. All right. Anyways,
Hey, I posted a non-pajama selfie for you and everything.
Okay, I'll go look in a minute. Okay, so you're talking about entity count. how many recyclers are on main 1? In like the personal recyclers, like how many? 'Cause I
Recyclers
had
aren't
2.
recyclers aren't like every recycler is one entity. Pizza. It's literally the builds.
And it's not just the entity, right? It's the type of entity. So certain ones
know.
are a little bit more hard hitting. Recyclers don't really have a.
They don't hit hard.
Yeah, they don't hit as hard as
Okay.
like a campfire. Like somebody
Okay.
places 20 campfires is worse than like 100
Yeah.
people placing one recycler.
So the main things that hit player performance is fire, light, foliage, smoke, and other particle effects, such as like the fog around spotlights. That's why we have a limit on spotlights. Those things. Anything that moves has fire, smoke, light, particle effects, or foliage especially. Foliage is a huge one. Anything that has pictures on it, skins, SILs, stuff like that. And then the bottom of the list is just entities. Just the more shit, the more performance hit. So
Okay. And yes, more fishing quests, like more things to do with fishing.
the problem is the fishing stuff is so bugged. We keep trying to make quests and we keep deleting them because they don't work right. And then we try again another wipe and we delete them again because they don't. I mean, how many times have you and Aliana Bush worked on fishing quests now? My God.
I think I put more hours I think it was August that I've ever put on test 2 just trying to get fishing to work correctly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know we want to do it. To be fair, Pizza, like we really want to do it, but the challenge here is that Facepunch fucks around with the entity files all the time, and that's what kills us.
Just like the other player with the suggestions for different skills and different ultimates. I mean, like we can only work with what we got, and what we got with fishing stuff is real fucked up. So
Yeah, Zombieland's still the best PvE server.
Yeah.
Somebody else tell me that it's not, and I'll come to your house and beat you up right now.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Wait,
so
I'm gonna beat Pizza then? Hell yeah, I'll say it.
I want every admin in here that comes to main 1 and sees me just out like la 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 la. Just troll me hard. Just do it.
Oh, we will.
Just do it.
We will troll you so hard.
Just troll me hard. I want
Just
my
so
heli to
hard.
fly upside down. I
Oh,
want my
We're gonna troll you so fucking
yes.
hard.
Just
so
put
hard.
me on a piano, and then I'm flying on a piano somewhere.
Yeah, we're gonna troll all over you.
I'll take
Okay.
in the
We're
house
gonna have to
just
hose somebody down here.
You need to hose somebody down in this chat. Okay, bye.
Hey, we're gonna post a poll real quick. You ready? Everybody watching the stream. Here goes a poll.
All right, Ligma's up.
There's a
now.
poll. We got a poll.
Is it your poll team?
Hey,
There's a poll.
I'll make this quick. So on the XP gained per skills, is there any talk or anything in the works about possibly giving crafters XP, since every other skill gets XP for doing the normal thing?
As far as crafting goes, I actually explained this the other day, but it was in like Discord chat. Somebody had asked in general or some shit. There actually, that ability is there, and originally it was turned on when we first were testing. For those that are new here, we spent 3 months like hardcore testing and tweaking and balancing the skills before we even went live with it. We spent a shit ton of time, more time than we've ever spent on anything else. And that was on for the whole time. The reason it has been disabled, and I'm still working on getting this exploit fixed so that we can re-enable it. The way the crafting XP works is the Taco. It might have been you I was replying to then.
It was. He won't shut up.
The way the XP works for crafting is it's based off the crafting time. So let's say a tool cupboard takes 30 seconds to craft, and then let's say I set the XP to 10 for crafting. So you'd get 300 XP for crafting a tool cupboard. But here's the problem. Our server is instant craft. For most things. Obviously, we turn some stuff off that's not instant craft. But for most things it is. And the problem is the plugin gives you the full crafting time XP, even though it's instant. And I wasn't making that number up when I said tool cupboards. So, if I think we had it set to like 100 XP or something, which isn't bad when things craft normally. But with them on instant craft, we found out you could literally just sit there with a stack of wood in your pocket and just spam click as fast as you can, TC, 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 and just keep crafting them over and over again. As fast as you can click that button, you're getting 3,000 XP per pop, and there's nothing we can do about it because it's based off of craft time. That's why it got turned off. What we're trying to do is, and I'm gonna have to pay Nivix, is get it so that it only works on things that do have a craft time. You get what I'm saying? So If we can get that to work, we will turn crafting experience on. Until
Or-
then, obviously, we can't.
What if we could switch it to where it procs off of like the duplicates or like the refunds, like the actual perks of the tech tree, or would that be like too?
That would honestly take more coding and more
Oh, yeah,
money,
skip that
more
then.
money. Yeah, it'd be easier just to have them make it so if craft time is greater than 1 second, grant XP type thing. So.
Gotcha. Okay, appreciate it. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Let me get somewhere safe. I was fighting with Bradley. All right. Next we have Bud AV.
Hey, I'll keep this quick. I know the meeting's going long. I just wanted to comment. There was an impromptu event on Main 2 last month about trying to land on the train. It was a lot of fun. I can't remember the admin that was running it, but Doc was offering up the rewards. Was good times, and thanks for running something when it's hard to drum up interest. And also, just wanted to mention there was discussion about all these folks offering up advice for PvP bases. Those are also the same folks that should be setting up raid me bases and going after them when you're online, because those are the ones that are going to be a lot of fun to investigate and jump into during the wipe. So, but yeah, just a couple quick comments. Been a lot of fun the last month, and lots of this map. Most recently, your Fable was really cool. Never had so many laugh out loud moments.
So the train thing, that was me. That was kind of like a hey, let's go have some fun, see who shows up, and it was fun for the time. Doc and I just ended up riding around the map a couple dozen times, and only 2 people showed up, and I was like, oh, okay, well, I guess didn't get that much interest. But if it got more interested than I thought it did, then I guess I can do it again. Maybe after the meeting. Random train run around the map.
I won't be around. I'm away right now, but definitely I enjoyed it. It's a shame more people didn't come out and check it out. That kind of sucks. There was definitely, I think, a few folks that were trying to catch up, but just kind of gave up. But good times.
Yeah, the trains are faster than I thought they were.
That's all I had. Thanks, everybody.
Nope. Sorry, I was clicking, reading messages. Next. Or is that it? Was that last one?
That's it. I had turned off the
Damn, you just
request,
jacked them up like that.
Let me kick these people out now too. I was killing a Bradley. Took a while. Yeah, so I mean, I turned off the request, but if you still have a question, just post it in the meeting channel chat. And
Is that it? We good? All right.
Yeah.
So we can move on to the map preview and the prizes. Yes, map. There's going to be a map preview. Okay, so to get your prizes. Oh, look, I am on the test server. Let me go ahead and switch my stream over to that. All right, there we go. So to get your prizes, log into your respective server, and the admin will be at town. You need to warp to town, get in a single file line in front of them, and just wait your turn. Don't cut in line. Don't try to come back for more. When you get up to the admin, just say rockets or say paper, and he will drop either 50 rockets or 50 paper at your feet. Pick them up and leave, so that you don't cause confusion with all the other players there. We got admins on every server. We miss anything?
I'm on one. I don't know if somebody else can come over to help me.
I'm on light.
we got anybody else on 2, or is it just me?
Yeah, we've already got 2 set up and ready to go, Mac. You don't even have to worry about it.
Oh, okay, cool. I'll just go back to.
I am on term.
Doing the thing
Perfect.
I rarely do.
While they're giving out prizes, if anybody wants to see the next map that's coming up Thursday, I'm on it right now in my stream. I'm just gonna lazily fly around while people are getting their prizes, and then once they're done getting their prizes, I'll get a little closer to some of the content for you to see what all's going on. While I'm doing this, I can only see the chat in my stream. I cannot see Discord. So if you got something to say to me, say it there. Yeah, I'm taking a vacation, but again, I'm very nervous about this. Yeah, it's got a lot to get done here. We've had a lot of admins having stuff going on lately, so there's, we've been about half, maybe 2/3 staff lately.
I'm in the recording for now, then, T.
Yep, that's fine.